I think you just pick
can lane against a Tide, but what if that's not the mid? What if...
Well, I think it has to be, right? Unless, well, they could put the Morph mid as well. They can just swap the lanes. I mean, this is better for Alliance. They have sort of that way to choose between the two. And Huskar, okay, is going to be the pick for the mid lane. And yeah, I imagine Mickey will still play the Morph and Koifu, yeah, Koifu's going to play the Tide. But they may swap the lanes around. I don't know if you want to go mid as the Tide against the Huskar, so they might switch around who goes mid on Alliance's lineup. But that Huskar pick, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. I like, with the Lifestealer, I like what Gambit's got going here. I think this time round, Alliance's draft is much better than Game 1's. It's much better than Game 1's.
I like the Chen on the side of Alliance and the CK. I think they can play very well around that. They got the Morphling as well that will make use of the space that a Chen can give him, basically, by being able to call him back whenever he wants. And I think that Gambit is still the stronger lineup. I told you, I gave Alliance one chance.
You gave them one chance.
They didn't take it, and my prediction would go to Gambit taking this game.
And the series.
And the series, therefore.
Yeah, I mean, this one as well. I like what Alliance is doing. I'm not sold on the Koifu Tidehunter. I don't know how this goes. Unless they can I feel like they have to make sure he doesn't lane against that Huskar, otherwise he's going to have a really bad time to start things off. I guess they're probably going to try and get him against the side lane where the Pango's in. But yeah, I'll see what he can do. But Tide, Koifu Tide, it's a bit of a special one. So you get Gambit to take the series and take the game. Yeah.
It looks like Loot.bet agrees with the both of you for the Game 2 winner. If you put $1 on Gambit, you make $1.56. You put $1 on Alliance, you make $2.23. So that's the predictions. Everyone here is saying Gambit. Let's see if Alliance can get and force a Game 3.
All right, we got a Huskar pick. Final pick Huskar usually means it's a pretty good Huskar game, and I think this is a pretty good Huskar game, so Alliance is going to have to figure out how to deal with that, Kyle.
I think you're right.
Pretty simple there. Koifu Tidehunter as well. You could build Radiance on this hero, but
it's true.
I don't know if he's going to be doing that in this game.
I'm just afraid because not only is it a Huskar, but there's this frontliner that will probably have a Radiance that you can just play around, and I once again feel like Gambit's going to just win these lanes unless the Chen does something special.
So they have a chance to go all 3 lanes potentially like they did last game, and that's got to be, again, scary news for Alliance as we're jumping into this beautiful cinematic view of the map. But it looks like we've unpaused and good to go. So uphill battle for Alliance, but we'll see how they manage. And but again, it goes back to the first game draft. Obviously, we don't know how this one's ultimately played out yet, but that Kunkka final pick felt pretty good. It played out that way, and Alliance could never really recover. So it could very highly potentially be that same style of game, but we'll see. They do have Chen being played by Insania. Again, they're one of these teams that clearly value this hero more than others. And I know you were making the comment earlier, you know, when we saw a Chen game that did pretty well, and the idea of the recall, abusing that, how effective it can be. So you think it has hope here for Alliance?
Oh, for sure. It's just going to take a lot of time to come online. They will have the team fight advantage, but my concern is you might have a BKB Huskar, a Raged Lifestealer, so the effectiveness of Ravage as a deterrent is rather weak. And in addition, Koifu needs, you just need levels. You need levels as Tide. You need some farm. And if Gambit play this right, they could just accelerate to a point, especially just because it feels like they're going to win their lanes, which is key. The Alliance will once again be forced onto the back foot. And once again, Gambit is Radiant.
Yeah, they got that themselves as well. And I'm also looking at as far as who's going to end up where. Right now, Morphling is setting up to be mid.
Real quick, like, do people think first pick is just really good or something? Because I think the second pick has a lot of good arguments to be better, and Radiant is definitely the better side. You know what I mean?
See, I was making that argument yesterday that I thought second pick was actually better for the idea of first you get the last pick overall, which clearly has been so valuable in this tournament. Yeah. And you can get the Radiant like you mentioned. So.
And you get the Bandit to pick in the second phase, which a lot of teams have been abusing.
But as you're getting at, it seems like, so since Alliance lost the first game, they would have got the choice, right? So they clearly picked first pick here.
It's just weird.
Yeah. Well.
Statistically, like, Radiant is better. It just is better. But, hey, what do I know?
I think you know a fair amount, Kyle. That's why we have you here after all. So Pango. Pango's also going to be an issue in the sense of silence and clearing out CK illusions, things like that. So, you know, it's taken me a while, and I feel like others in general to kind of grow on Pango once again as he's been making his way back into the meta. But the way Lucky Shot works now, it really isn't a surprise we're starting to see this hero more.
Oh, for sure. It's just good. It's like actually good now, especially against a hero like Morph.
Yeah, and that was, I saw the Morph pick, and that was actually the first thing that popped in my head. They do have, of course, Tiny's Avalanche and ways to keep him in check at least. And so I go back to, speaking of Morph, he is matched up against the Huskar. I suppose Alliance figuring this is the best of potentially the 3 heroes that matches up against him.
Doing pretty well, too. Like, you abuse your base damage advantage for the first couple waves, as McKay's done quite well. And later on it gets tougher because he can out-harass. But the thing about Morph that's cool is you can man up on Huskar a lot better than other heroes just because you can always just cycle to strength post-kill or even pre, and obviously wave forming for kill or wave forming back. You're never really putting yourself in danger, and the base damage advantage is pretty significant as well. Yeah.
What kind of build do we expect to see on Quake for this game on the Tidehunter? You know, going back to that, we joked about the Radiance, but we've seen these damage-focused builds, even like Desolators coming out.
It's Vlad's Deso. Vlad's Deso,
so?
Blink in some order. You could consider a Greaves, perhaps, but now that your Anchor Smash applies modifiers, you 100% get Deso, especially against heroes like Lifestealer, Huskar, when you have hard carries like Morph and CK as well. Like, you just so much physical damage, there's no reason not to. And it's great synergy with the other damage amp, like the Tag Team, the Divine Favor. You know, it's cool.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that for a Quakefoes build. So he decides to go for this game. So far, he's 10-0 at the top lane against a 7-1 Pango, so slightly favoring him. And CK is having a great time at the bottom lane, actually. 13-2 against that 10-0 Lifestealer. I mean, right now, Alliance, at least in the early levels, very early, level 2, almost level 3 at this point, is favoring Alliance. But, you know, it's obviously still plenty more of it left, as you saw the, I don't even know what that is, a ghost, I guess. The slow creep there that Insania had taken over. I noticed he actually did that the other day, too, with Chen's. I don't know if he's hunting specifically for this creep or it just happens to be coincidence early on, but...
I think Purge brought it up. It's piercing damage, so makes a lot of sense. You hit creeps harder than most others, and it's 55 damage. It's like a level 3 hero that does piercing, so it's better for CSing personally, and it's just good. It's just really good.
But he's heading towards the mid lane right now.
Yeah, it's got the slow component as well. Huskar's gonna be a lot of trouble if he gets hit by this.
Oh, he just recalled in Tusk. So now Tusk is here as well to snowball in. Huskar, as you mentioned, in trouble indeed. He just explodes. Make credit for the kill. But yeah, making use of that recall. Takes in Tusk and he's
I've always loved Chen Tusk because you can like snowball with creeps, but nowadays you just summon him in and you have a ganker that has a damage steroid and 2 disables, 3 after ultimate. Like, this just makes so much sense. It's a really good combination.
Yeah, with the tag team on top of that. Easy kill once again on a Huskar, so look for more of that as the game progresses on. It's something that Gambit will have to, of course, fear now, as they've already shown. In fact, here we go. Once again, Adaptive Strike hits. This time, though, Huskar is a little too tanky. He does have double Bracer now and hugging that tower at this point, so not going to get him this time around. You see the supporting cast of Gambit also in the area after what just happened, so that mid lane bringing quite the attention right now, but Chen making his way back to the bottom, realizing, okay, I think they've figured out what we're trying to do here, so he's not going to waste all his time. Pango, though, he's making up some nice CS at the top, 23-1, and he had the Javelin queued up. Saw that earlier as, oh no, the creep. Needs another hit.
Not the ghost.
Needs another one. Yeah, slowing down Chen, actually. Chen might be in trouble going back to it. Tiny here as well, Immersion. I don't know if he's used anything yet, I assume so. Trying to run him down, but I think Insania should be fine. But man, Immersion, he's diving this tower.
Summoning somebody in. This could be bad for Gambit if they try and dive this here.
Yeah, eventually that recall going to hit. There we go. Tusk, he's the one that they summon. The snowball in, connects, tag team put up. This should be an easy turn kill on Immersion. Yeah, he dove way too deep there.
That is just such an insane combo. You can see, like, Alliance, credit to them, no matter, they have great teamwork, and they find kills better than a lot of teams above them in skill or level. Their main issue is just closing games and finding those big engagements that they want to take and making sure they take them in the right way. Yeah. But around the map in the early game, especially when they have Chen, they're almost unmatched. Like, they're so good at exploiting kill windows. Winning all their lanes as well.
Yeah, it's you know, here we are talking about Gambit has potential to look pretty good in all their lanes, and it's actually Alliance that right now is favored, but Koikfa top lane, he is in trouble. Not much mana to work with. Immersion already using that avalanche there as the swashbuckle in, and easy kill in the end. Immersion takes credit for it. So good job making use of that death, I suppose you could say, as he goes to the top lane. Slows down Tidehunter, who's up there on that CS chart, just as we're referencing.
I like the decision to buy Blightstone on Boxy. Super strong against lifesteal. He's a low armor hero, and you can see just critting him in the face and just harasses him so hard. Traditionally, this would be a matchup lifesteal would be favored in, just because he has that sustain mechanic from Feast, but CK is actually just better with crit.
Yeah, you know, with that
Toss
new
back. No.
Yeah, strike there as Immersion. Yeah, he's lining up, but it's not going to connect, so maybe you want to soften him up a bit. Middle lane, you see the ward placed behind the tower there from the Dire team as the top lane. Okay, no, he's going to be fine. Back to the middle lane, though. Alpha-9, they go in, adapt to strike for it. Coddle going to throw the blinding light on him, push him back, and this should be enough. No, it's actually morphing back now. He's going to be sized up as Pango TP'd in, and now Mickey shifting over to the strength. He's good for now, but can he make his way out? Looks like he should be good. Does have a wave for him.
It's like he looks like he's possibly a target, but 2,000 health. It's 7 minutes into the game.
Yeah, you're not killing him. Yeah, so morphing into the Coddle, trying to make use of that blinding light there for the kills. Clever play, but unable to secure it. But they're really just camping this mid lane, man. I guess as this goes to, this is the way you kind of address Huskar. Just to keep him in check. Alliance game plan. Oh, Mickey goes down. He was back at the tower. That's one of those, I suppose I can't blame the Observer for missing that one, because you figure he would be fine.
He was probably standing on the high ground and just got swashbuckled while doing that whole go down
shift
to 0, come back up for a little bit. And
seeing Morphling players do that, man, you always, every single time. Scar, he has life break. He could man up right here. Oh, never mind, he actually didn't get it at 6, so he does not have life break, and instead he is going to get killed. Snowball in, maybe not. This might not be enough damage, actually. Yes, it is. Okay, especially with Tidehunter there, but at what cost? Now they get comboed by the Rolling Thunder. Swashbuckle going to be coming up soon, maybe the Mana Pool, but the Ravage hits instead, and they take out Tiny, and now Afterlife having a Swashbuckle defensively, and at least gets out of there, but the rotation of Tidehunter ends up paying off. Good use of the first Ravage.
not just that, but they're keeping Boxy in this bottom lane, and he's rushing a Midas, and yet still out-CSing the Lifestealer. This is one of my favorite things to do, or well, one of my favorite things to watch at this point. I don't play anymore, unfortunately, but you just secure a lane for a strong lane dominator like a CK, and you just leave him alone with a lead. So even though he's 1v2 for a bit there, he's still winning his lane, and you can then make moves around the map and help secure your weaker heroes better game. And now he's TP top, but
yeah. I was going to say Dahak's tired of dealing with that, but actually, here comes Chaos Knight.
Oh, yeah, he's been summoned.
He's here, and Dahak, he's going to pop Rage. Juke, oh, good move, but they saw him. It's nighttime, so thought he might have had a chance to re-out a rip just out of range as he goes fade to black there. They're going to hunt him, but we don't have the vision of him currently, so he is snuck in there, and yeah, Dahak makes his way in there.
That's funny. They don't even bother chasing him, although his TP is on cooldown for 30 seconds, so perhaps it's better that they actually leave him there.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's this is probably a purposeful move. You know what? He could just wait. He's not getting any CS anyways. Taiga does go down at the bottom lane meanwhile. Looks like Afterlife getting the solo kill there. That casual javelin. This is one of those heroes that, you know, funky Wind Ranger comes to mind as well. Couple that can take advantage of such an item. That swashbuckle, of course. Nice synergy. As okay, we are going to get an idea of what happened. Simply a swashbuckle, a couple of auto attacks. Shield, oh no, he uses a Rolling Thunder. And there we go. Not much Taiga could do at that point.
It's not like it's a big deal. It's such a short cooldown. It's kind of insane. I'm surprised we don't see more Pango.
Well, again, this event, he's been popping up quite a bit. So I know you're going to the ESL event after this, and maybe look out for that. It's always, no, that's true. Taiga, Divine Favor is put on him just before he gets tossed in. He gets the bounty rune because of this, actually, and this is going to be a turn. So the toss helping the snowball as well as the swashbuckle comes out, so he's going to survive for now, rolls in, but now Afterlife, he still wants this kill. He's like, damn it, you took my bounty rune. I at least have to kill you. The swashbuckle is not enough damage, and Afterlife will just simply have to walk away. Well, that was a somewhat of a misplay from Gambit, giving him the bounty rune and allowing him to escape in the end. So he can get some turn kills out of it. He's going to earn on Pango. I guess an eventual Spear Vessel pretty good against a hero like Morphling. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
I mean, this, I feel like I've seen this story before. A team wins 3 lanes, itemizes first for fighting and then for scaling. Gambit do land kills, but they're losing heroes and towers in the meantime.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Huskar goes down, Mickey.
I forgot that morph into Huskar. That's pretty bonkers.
Pretty good. Yeah, taking advantage of the inner fire himself, and he's just going to go for the tower coup. That was close, actually. Kyle attempting to deny, but Mickey, too much damage, makes the kill happen. Yeah, you're right, though. I mean, again, all 3 top net worth belonging on the side of Alliance, even after that 1000 death.
And the Chen net worth is irrelevant, because he's going to just take over, you know, wolves and stuff, and summon people, you know, and buff them with Divine Favor.
He doesn't need the farm,
Exactly. It's like the best position 5 in Dota as far as playing with no items, at least at the moment.
Feels like it. He is going to be scanned out here. Him and the Tusk happen to be coming over. Well, wouldn't be surprised if he was recalled, but I don't think they're going to. Oh, maybe they will. Nice job with a shard block. Immersion. He says, all right, Tusk, get in there then. But they do get the easy kill on Tiny, and Tusk, he's good.
This looks real good for Alliance. Koi for this whole time is just farming bottom, creep waves and waves as he pushes tower. Rune spawn bottom, they know it. It's a regen mid lane. All you can do is push out that wave as 2. Huskar Pango. Not feeling good, and it's just because Alliance applies so much more threat on the map than these Gambit heroes. I know I was talking about how they should win their lanes, but obviously I was wrong, as always, and now what? Like, who actually makes plays? Who gets things started? What, are you going to infest the Tiny as a pre-Midas lifestealer to go affect the status quo?
Doesn't sound too good right now.
Yeah, you can't win engagements. They have more map movement on the side of Alliance thanks to the Chen. He's summoning somebody in right now. They have Ravage in case you thought about fighting it.
Nope, again, going to toss away on the Tusk. Actually. No one summoned in at this point. Will-O-Wisp put down now, and Sania trying to get out with Koikba. Does get pushed up with a blinding light, but Koikba, he's still trapped in. And they at least get the turn kill there. So again, the Gambit is the one with Coddle this time around, and you know the impact.
So Justin, praise Alliance. Here we go with the kill. That's what happens.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they made that play without Ravage. I just assumed it was up, but it's a cool move if they're, you know, summoning in the CK as this goes down, and they have Ravage to play around. That's just a kill, maybe another, and a tower. But Boxy still just farming away.
Yeah, he's just having a good time up here at the top lane. Yeah, I don't know if that was just something interrupted it or what, but yeah, CK never joined at the bottom. As mentioned, and as we see, still farming the top, but the Hawk's also farming up here, and he's almost got the Hand of Midas finished.
Oh. Finally have an armlet on Afo Ninja pretty soon as well. That'll be nice. Surprised he didn't skill his ultimate.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I thought at 6 he didn't, but at 9, that is.
I feel like even farming with it is value, but I don't know. It's not one of the heroes I really played much. So. I'm sure there's a reason.
Sure, there is logic there for Afo9, but deciding not to get it.
I like the warding, mirroring on this Radiant jungle.
Yeah.
Both teams know everything that's going on around that Radiant Shrine.
Also noticed Tusk was going to Spear Vessel himself eventually, deal with the Huskar, etc. Nice job with the Fantats and split up as he got jumped in with a toss. Yeah, he's doing a good job of microing, isn't he? He's going to be snowballed up on top of this. They're going for Dahak. They want this kill. They get the shard block, but now the push with the blinding light over the edge. The Hand of God comes out as well. Boxy's healing up with the Chaos Strike, but is it enough? The Ravage on top of that. The Infest Bomb from Lifesteal heals up slightly, but everyone is here on the side of Alliance, and it's showing up big time. Gambit's lost 2, including the Lifestealer Afterlife. He's trying to make it out of here. Swashbuckle, but he can only go so
Boxy's
far.
Alive?
He's just surrounded. Yeah, Boxy living the whole time. Tusk save initially with the snowball, and he managed to live throughout the whole fight. Immersion's also going to go down 4 for nothing, favoring Alliance. The tower's going to drop as well. And CK will have a Shadow Blade now.
Not bad. Not bad. And that's a Ravage right there, folks. And Huskar, you might think he'd want to get involved, but that hero doesn't really do a damn thing pre-armlet. He just picked it up. It's on Courier now, but he's not TPing into that engagement. He might have just been another body bagged up by Alliance as they win a decisive fight. And look at that. 4 runes, 15 minutes in, and that advantage is going to be 8K plus.
Jeez.
That's pretty nice. Pretty nice play right there. Taking a fight pre-bounty spawn is always an excellent move. They had Ravage. You want to use it, and now just retreat, chill, take 50% of the map, no problem. You know you're in the driver's seat.
Tidehunter already had the Vlads. He has a Blightstone in his inventory, so going to your point earlier, seeing that Deso, would not be surprised if he chooses to go for that in the end. Morphling, it looks like a Manta style, will be the item choice for him, the casual Morbid Mask. that he's sitting on, so no shotgun build this time around. Yeah, and DeHawk just got the Midas, so that Radiance is it's going to be a while. He's 0-1-0 in this game. He has not been involved at all, understandably, but...
Yep, he's waiting for Social Security. But he's only 25.
That's got a bit of time, buddy. Got a bit of time. Yeah, that's it's hard to find the answer for Gambit because it goes back. We can sit here and try to hype this up all we want, but you have a Huskar. He needs to snowball, right? This is not a hero that recovers easily, so it is troublesome for Gambit being down 7,000 net worth at this point, and hard to find the obvious answers. But Tiny getting a Blink Dagger, I suppose, is part of that. You know, we talked about the Infest Bomb possibilities. I guess Pango's also not a bad option. But he's even going the Spear Vessel build, which, yes, it makes sense against a Morphling, but it's not, you know, it's not going to amp his individual damage necessarily, so hard to find the good things for Gambit.
It's a repeat of the previous game, but with Alliance this time, the ones who win the lanes. And it's one of those things, like, you look at all three core combinations, you're like, okay, that makes sense, that's pretty good. You know, you lean one way or another. It just turns out that one team won the lanes, so they get the acceleration. Like, the CK got the Midas before the Lifestealer. The Morphling got his, what's it called? The Yasha Morbid before Huskar Armlet. And, you know, tied with the Vlads. No one yet picking up Vlads on Gambit. Manta now finished on the Morph. Like, it's an easy game for Alliance. They just got to chill, sit on this lead. When Ravage is up, which I believe it might be, they're going to force the Rage TP. Oh, wait, they can't. Just kidding. That's Tusk. Yeah.
So they do have Ravage if it's necessary, but the way this is looking right now, he is going to infest own creep, but they just kill it off quickly. The shard block comes out. At least the Urn's put up. I don't know if it's a full Spirit Vessel yet. Either way, it's an easy kill.
This is all set up by Insania. Koif is in the lane. He summons Tusk. Then he summons Morphling. Ensures they find the kill. And now they're ready to push as well. Boxy still just farming top. This Chen hero, dude, it's not fair. This is insane.
That's what I've been talking about. Like, this recall of Chen is the greatest thing about it.
Yeah, non-Ags. Like, you remember when Coddle had to buy an Ags for this power? Like, he's just summoning people from anywhere on the map to his location. You can play 2 lanes all game, no problem, because Boxy effectively has built-in bots. And even better than bots, because he just goes to, ooh, they got Dust.
Oh, Boxy, I don't know if he's going to be saved in this one, or recalling out here.
No, he did.
That is a kill. So 3-kill streak stopper. It's 430 gold going the way of Immersion. Gets that Blink Dagger a little sooner now.
He probably shouldn't have died for that one. I'm like, he had too much faith in the ward, and honestly, it would have saved him were he farming to the right where he should be, but just a little too close to the tower. He knows his whole team just showed bottom, so you got to give a little more respect to the Gambit lineup there.
Tad's going to go the Medallion first, and even a full Solar Crest at least right now.
Yep, that's the strat. First off, Solar Crest to amplify your Morphling and conjunction with the Divine Favor. So you give him like 150 something attack speed.
That's true, yeah.
And he just beats on the tower. And in addition, if you gush someone and then solar them, it's minus like 17 armor pre-talent, 21 post. Like, Morph blinks, just waveforms in, whoop, got him. Or, God forbid, a Phantasm with a Reality Rift. Like, the CK crits actually just melt.
Yeah.
Whoever gets targeted with minus 21 armor on the Radiant side, they're just dead.
Kyle, Lifestealer has 2,200 gold.
Whoa.
Almost has a Sacred Relic. Yeah, it's still a ways up. Wait, did he buy the recipe? I guess he did. Because it's not showing up there at least, so. Okay, so he only needs his 3,800 then to finish a Radiance.
He could have just right-clicked Relic as well, though. And Boxy. Did he just solo kill the Huskar? Well, Koifa helped.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it looks like a Blink Ravage into Hello from Boxy. I don't even think he got the disarm off on the Huskar. This game looks ready to be wrapped up if Alliance just continue the dominance they've asserted thus far.
Hello and goodbye. And Mr. Chaos Knight there. Yeah, he's been using that Shadow Blade, which he got very early on in this game.
Have we? It is the day before finals, Breaky. We've cast a lot of games. Have we had a single one that was close?
I mean, yeah, there's been some close games. There's definitely some back and forth. Some of the NaVi Alliance series was actually fairly close.
I wasn't
trying to recall specific. Oh, that we've casted?
Yeah. Hello? I thought we were friends.
Well, okay. We are.
So I only know you for like 9 years, though. It's fine.
God, it has been that long, hasn't it?
Yeah. Jeez. Well, pretty soon you're going to be closer to 40 than 30. Think about that.
No, I'm not.
Aren't you like 37?
No, I'm not. Oh, my God. No, I'm not 37. Just turned 30 2 years ago, okay? See how he did that?
Yeah, I did.
DeHawk, top lane. He's going to be picked up into the air, and, well, he'll just take the catapult for a ride.
Ooh, this is sneaky from Gambit. They're sneaking Roche if they can. No Ravage, and they know that.
Yeah, I guess with Huskar, they feel like it's possible, and this is one of those, we're behind, we got to try something, right? But, oh, well, never mind. It's scouted. And suddenly, that ain't happening. Roshan's in a cage.
I like that call from FNG, though. You got to do something. You know how far behind you are, and it's just, it's rinse, repeat, right? Hey, does Clive have Ravage? All right, let's use it. Killed 2-3 heroes. All right, let's farm. Rinse, repeat. You know when Ravage comes up, you're going to get wrecked again.
Yeah.
So you got to try and do something. You're just, what is that something? It just, yeah. We've seen this game play out a few times already in this tournament. You take 3 lane wins, you get your 3 cores to the top 3 net worths, and you just execute a fight, a couple pickoffs here and there, clean up the towers. You can see Insania drawing them around on the map right now, just telling him, hey team, keep them in this area. This is where we want to play. Let's get aggressive. We've got tons of vision in the dire jungle, so we know they're not there. They gotta be in this other part of the map.
They have a ward like literally at their tier 3 tower mid, so they got the information necessary.
Sick wards though, because those never get dewarded. You can see there's 3 dewards placed throughout the map, but they didn't actually get a single dire observer because they're placed that next rank back of vision, preemptively setting up for engagements and around these tier 2 towers, and possibly even into the base if Alliance can win an engagement while saving Ravage. So I do believe their next play could just be Roche. They got the boxy BKB. I think it might be go time.
Yeah. Huskar's working on a BKB himself. Like, obviously, he still needs a bit of farm before that, but yeah, going back to your point, go time for Alliance. They don't have a Radiance yet. They don't have a BKB on Huskar. If anything, this is now your time.
If they finish the Solar Crest, like, it's just Dota, simplified. You spend all your money, you got all these items, just make moves. And again, Boxy, that micro, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, standing himself, he's trying to have them I don't know what that.
He's the first person I've seen to have Phantasm on individual binds.
Yeah, right. It just seems like everyone just presses W and then, you know, the group box, pushing them together. But here's that Roshan I believe you were talking about.
Yeah, see, they didn't want to go there, and thank you, Alliance, you know, not just initiating because you saw somebody, because the E-Blade was about to be finished, so Mickey wanted to grab that before they made any moves, and oh, Jesus. Gush plus Solar Crest.
Yeah, you're not...
Boxy PKBs.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was going to say, you're not stopping them, but oh, they're trying to pick a fight. Actually, the Will-O-Wisp is put down. Roshan's almost dead. Aegis is picked up by Boxy, actually, so the BKB wears off. Hanagot comes out. So Alliance, they get the Aegis, maybe not on the most ideal target of the century, but they'll take it, and now Huskar, he just evaporates. That's not good when the Huskar is just getting blown up like that. Tiny's also going to go down, and that's it. GG, well played. We're going game 3.
Respect Gambit, they know what's up.
Yeah,
that game's over, and you know, you could probably drag that out for another 10-15 minutes, but Alliance has proven, like, look guys, we're on script. So we can finish this filming today, or we can come back tomorrow for reshoots if you want to keep messing around. And